Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm finally returning to you today for a album review, and I hope you will enjoy this album review for the new All Time Low Everyone's Talking album. So, sorry, I'm petting my cat right now. He's being sweet right now. So, I'm going to discuss what I listened to for the 15 songs on this record, which is a almost 41 and a half minute album, and let you know my thoughts on their 10th studio album, Everyone's Talking. So let's dive into this album review now. From what I listened to, it starts with Cold Open, which is a strong intro track. It is 1 minute and 1 second, and then it leads into the title track afterwards. And it does very well for the execution, so I'm really enjoying this track. 5 out of 5, good song for sure. Everyone's Talking is definitely a strong track for sure. I really enjoyed Alex Gaskar's singing potential in this, and the drumming and guitar work is pretty epic in this track, so really enjoyed Jack Bearcat's guitar work in this, and the drums are very strong in this track, the drumming. So all combined, this was a almost 2 minute and 40 second song, but it did very well for the execution. 5 out of 5 for the title track, Everyone's Talking. Sucker Punch is the next song, and that has grown to be one of my favorite songs as of now. I mean, granted, it's got a few quirky moments during the song with Alex Gaskar playing with his vocals in this track, but it's a nice song for sure, so I think I'd give it a 5 out of 5 as of now. I really enjoyed this track. It's not like anything mind-blowing, but it is something that's very enjoyable for sure, and Alex Gaskar's experimented with his vocals in this track, and overall, the drumming and guitar work's pretty solid in this, so yeah, good song, 5 out of 5. Oh No is the next track, and from what I listened to, another favorite of mine, so I really enjoyed Alex Gaskar's vocals in this track, and overall, the drumming and guitar work in this is very strong, so really enjoying this track. Another 5 out of 5 for sure for this track. And it was one of the singles for the record. I think the third single, if I'm not mistaken. But it overall did well for the execution. So, sorry, the video's lagging a little bit. I don't know why it's doing that. I am so sorry if it's doing that a lot. It's just acting up and trying to catch up with where I'm at in the video. So, the next track is The Weather, and that's another very strong track. Came out in July as a single, and another strong song on this record. So 5 out of 5. I like Alex Gaskar singing in this, and overall the melody and production in this is pretty strong. Pretty solid all-time low track to really vibe to. Falling for Strangers is one of the regular songs on the record, and a very strong track too. I really enjoyed this track from start to finish. I would say Alex Gaskar's vocals are very strong in this, for sure, and the drumming and guitar work is very strong in this, so 5 out of 5 for Falling for Strangers. Viva Las Vegas Nerve is how you pronounce it. It says Vegas, but it's actually Vegas Nerve is what he sings in this, so it overall is another strong track too. I'd give it a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed the pacing, the chorus is the highlight in this track. The verses are pretty strong too in their own way. And overall it did fairly well. 5 out of 5. Sugar featuring JoJo is another strong track that I enjoyed from start to finish. Even JoJo's singing in this as the featured artist in this is very strong. And overall Alex Gaskar's singing, both are harmonizing in this is very strong in this song, so I really enjoyed Sugar. Definitely different kind of vibe to the song, but does work for how it sounds. 5 out of 5. Good Night, C'est La Vie is another strong interlude track. It is an interlude track, so it's only like 1 minute and 4 seconds. You're not in for a long track, but it does work for the execution, so I really dig this track. for how Alex Gaskar's singing this track. 5 out of 5. Bubblegum is another strong track. It has its quirky moments and its hit or miss moments, but it does work for how it sounds. The chorus is a little corny, but it does work for how it sounds. So I'd still give it a 5 out of 5, despite it having its quirky moments with this track when the chorus kicks in. The verses are very strong too. Little Bit is probably my least favorite. I'd have to give it a 4 out of 5. Um, I don't know, with this one, I was liking some of it, but then there were some slip ups when the verses come in with how the production is mixed in this track. It's a decent song. It's not anything mind blowing, but it's decent enough of a listen. So I think the chorus is the strong part of the track, but the verses kind of have its cringe moments where Alex Gaskar's singing weird, monotoned, almost like a flow rapping kind of stuff in this track. I don't know, it just wasn't working for the production and the verses. So it's a 4 out of 5. Cigarettes and Sabotage is another favorite song I liked. This is where the record goes back on track a little towards the end of the record, and it does very well for the drumming and guitar work. And overall, I think Alex Gaskar's singing in this is very strong, so it does very well for the execution. 5 out of 5. Tread Water featuring Ruston Kelly is actually not a bad song. It's actually a pretty strong track for sure. It's very melodic, but it works for the execution with how their harmonizing is from Alex and Ruston's Kelly's vocals. So it does well. So 5 out of 5. I like it when Ruston comes in the second verse and it sounds very strong. And Alex Gaskar's vocals really shine in this track too. So 5 out of 5. Languages is another melodic song before you get to the closing track. And you know what the closing track is, so it's to be expected. But it's a great finale to the record. Overall, Different Languages was a nice song. It worked for the execution. I think Alex Gaskar's singing in this is very strong in it, and drumming and guitar wise is pretty solid too, so it flows very well. 5 out of 5. And finally, the closing track, Butterflies. Probably the best uplifting track to really listen to when you're feeling down. Like when I was listening to this record, I was kind of in a little bit of a depressive state, but it actually lifted me up when I listened to this record and listened to the final song on the record. So it shed a little light into my day listening to this song. It always puts a smile on my face, this track, so very uplifting track, very nice song, and Alex Gaskar's singing potential is very strong in this, so I really enjoyed the closing track on this record, Butterflies. It does very well for the execution. The chorus is strong, the verses are very good, and overall the drumming and guitar work is very good in this track. Chorus is the highlight where Alex Gaskar's singing in this is very strong, and this was the last for the record. But it overall did very well when it first came out. So 5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think All Time Low's Everyone's Talking album is quite a step up from Tell Me I'm Alive. It is actually probably my favorite record of All Time Low in their discography. This is probably as good as the Wake Up Sunshine, probably even better. It is a really good album from start to finish. I think the only song I had a critique about was Little Bit. That was the only one that was short, but it was short and simple, but at the same time it was cringy at times. So overall, I am so sorry about the videos lagging so much. It has been acting up, this laptop, lately. And for that, I'm sorry that it lagged again. It like froze for a second when I was talking. So if you did see that, I'm very sorry. But to continue where I left off, If I were to give All Time Low's Everyone's Talking album a score, I'm giving it a very strong 9 out of 10. A really good record. Highly recommend you check this album out if you have not listened to All Time Low's new album, Everyone's Talking. It is worth a listen when it comes out at midnight tonight. So, overall, 9 out of 10 for All Time Low, Everyone's Talking. I hope you enjoyed this album review this afternoon, and thanks for watching.